Who will win the all-important Big Brother Lightning Bolt Endurance Head of Household competition on this double eviction week? And what will happen in prank or no prank as two house guests will be tempted to play? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. It's day 38 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week is a double eviction. Ryan is the outgoing head of household, but he is eligible to compete, and as of the end of yesterday's episode, we had, I believe, 7 house guests still in the running to become the new head of household. 8. Brandon, Brazil, Kat, CJ, Curtis, Megan, Nick, Ryan. Okay, let's not... Oh, and before I begin... the mole, Ashley, she let Chad and Charlene in, and Chad decided to stir the pot a little and say, "Let's get down to business. Everyone message me the one name of the person you'd like me to spoil their alliance. Whoever has the most votes, I'll expose their alliances." And I will get to, some people did message Chad with the name, so we're going to get to that shortly. But for now, it's time to find out who won the head of household competition. Let's begin. Okay, so the next lightning was spelled correctly and says, "Let's clarify, Chad, that ass fuckers isn't an insult that you should feel free to use. Jerks, sure, ass face is great, but if you continue to use hateful language, you should understand that I am coming for you, and the reason that I am coming for you is that I don't think hateful people should win anything ever." Right off the bat, Melanie Bolt, which is the correct answer, comes from a number of house guests, but Megan spells it with only the letters B and O were uppercase, so Megan is eliminated. And oddly enough, I forgot to mention yesterday, when I said the remaining house guests in the competition yesterday, I forgot Megan's name at first, and she was like, "You forgot about me? What? Does this mean I'm back in the background again, finally?" Yeah, I actually completely forgot to put Megan's name in that complete mistake. So Megan is eliminated. The next lightning. This one was a false start. I said, "The best part is that Charlene failed again." It was from Chad, but the correct quote was that the best part is that Charlene came in last again. Brandon was first with the wrong answer, Chad Bolt, so Brandon is eliminated. Next round was... Oh, then Chad and Charlene got into it a little bit. Charlene didn't participate as much as I thought she would, but that's okay. "Charlene, please help me out." "Like you help me out, you make me laugh." "Chad, you can't be trusted with anything." "Remember when we had our alliance last season? I was with you all the way." "Yeah, some alliance. You were spewing shit about everyone, including me." "What was the worst thing I said? I think I've seen you at work." "You're a backstabber, plain and simple, almost every day." "I can never tell if it's you." "Go ahead, say it. You know you will." "So glad Ashley brought this disgusting foreplay into our chat." "Will you cry and say I'm being too mean, and please don't say I'm old. I don't want to speak to big babies." "Is it weird when the two of you fuck?" Okay, so the next round, "You're still beautiful, Charlene, let it all out." Chad had just said that in the chat about 3 or 4 messages up. CJ says Chad Bolt is the first one. It's obviously wrong. And I even said, this competition is going to end early if I keep getting you guys on every false start. Chad literally did just say that, so CJ is eliminated. So remaining, we have Brazil, Kat, Curtis, Nick, Ryan. Then this one was a real lightning. No, it was not a real lightning. I spelled lightning with an extra I, so lightening. Bye, Charlene. You can thank your buddy Jeffrey alone for that. So much for your alliance. But nobody responded on that one, so they were all correct. Then at around, what time would this be at? We were past midnight at this point. think it was around 2 a.m. I don't have the time here, but anyway. Lightning, spelled correctly. No, Lisa, you're the backstabber. I hope you fall on your face. Kat was first with Charlene Bolt. That is correct. So did Curtis, Ryan, and Nick, which means Brazil was eliminated. After 12 hours and 50 minutes, it's down to Kat, Curtis, Nick, and Ryan. Yeah, 4:18 a.m. Lightning, spelled correctly. Is all your spewing, Lisa? Curtis right away said Jeffrey Bolt. Then it was obvious that everybody else went to bed, so I said, just to be clear and in order to avoid any controversy in the morning, this competition is active. In the morning, Nick got in there and Kat got in there, which means Rai was eliminated. So it's down to Kat, Curtis, and Nick. Okay. We have a lot to get to, so Chad did get into it with a few people. I'm not going to read everything. He made fun of Kat's eyebrows, which I thought was a little much. He said, what the fuck are those monstrosities above your eyes? I feel sick looking at those. Brazil even chimed in and said, as do 99% of females. Fuck off, Chad. Because Kat said, my eyebrows were lost thin after surviving 2 bouts of cancer. For anyone curious, I do pencil mine in. Pencil them in, sure. Stop halfway next time. Lindsay did say, and this is not her voice. Nice try, Lindsay. I think it's funny that he thinks insulting looks is hurtful. Are you in 8th grade? We grew up, bud. Try me next, Chad. Okay, I'm gonna move on. So then it came down to Kat, Nick, and Curtis. At around, oh boy, 12 o'clock, I'm gonna say. 12 noon. Yeah, around, no, it was even past that. It was 12:30 in the afternoon. I posted. Lightning, perhaps, but I'm rowing up front. Curtis says Charlene Bolt, which is correct. Kat, Charlene Bolt, which means Nick, who is in the shower, is eliminated. We are down to just Kat and Curtis. So then, Chad purposely posts the people who messaged him saying they want to see whose alliances will be exposed. So, for instance, Curtis says he wants Marcin exposed. Chad says, why Marcin? He was in an alliance I didn't know about, the one Jack exposed when he got evicted. So curious if he's still doing anything like that. He's in my department, so trying to get a feel if I can trust him moving forward. Okay. Brazil said Brandon, but didn't respond to why. Brandon said Rai. Why? He pretends he is all about honesty, but just ask all the folks he backstabbed to kick out of the competition. Ryan says Brandon. It'll be funny when you just list his own name. Brandon is aligned with, oh, it's just Brandon. And in between all of those screenshots that I just read out, I said, Lightning, congrats Jeffrey, with a period, because there was a congrats Jeffrey without a period and a congrats Jeffrey with a period. The correct answer was Debbie Bolt, which the first person did get correct, and that was Curtis. Congratulations, Curtis, for the 3rd time this season. You are the new head of household. Rai, please hand over Curtis the key to the HOH bedroom and bathroom. And Curtis, you have until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today to privately message me your 2 nominees and a reason why. No, sorry, your 4 nominees and a reason why, because it is a double eviction. Okay, because it's a double eviction, we are playing Prank or No Prank twice. Of the 6 house guests who are remaining eligible, Brandon, CJ, Curtis, Lindsay, Marcin, and Brazil, 4 of the 6 decided to play Prank or No Prank, and we have 3 Prank and 3 No Prank remaining. Okay, is everybody ready? It's time to play Prank or No Prank. This is so exciting! Okay, here we go. Is everybody ready? Alrighty. Here we go with CJ. I want the jello shot with the most vodka and rum. CJ, oh, this is funny. So CJ was picking blueberry, which was really good, the promotion for Ryan, and raspberry, I think. She switched it up to watermelon. So she fucked Curtis out of watermelon because Curtis had said watermelon all season long. For the first time she says watermelon. And now did she screw Curtis out of something good? Or something bad? So here we go. Go, it's so exciting. See how it tastes. Oh, yes. Yeah. CJ has selected no prank! And it is really stuck together, but you can kind of tell if you're looking at it closely that CJ, you have won. The Emerald Power of Veto. So, what is the Emerald Power of Veto? Well, JoJo knows what it is. It premiered in Season 3, Under the Sea, last season. And JoJo won it, and... well, first I'll explain what it is. The Emerald Power of Veto, CJ, allows you to veto the results of any non-endurance competition from now up to and including the week of the final 6. So if you don't like who won a competition, you can use the Emerald Power Veto, and we will go to a random draw to determine a new winner. So again, you cannot use this on an endurance competition. And yeah, so JoJo had this last season. He won it in week 1, saved it all the way in week 9. He used it to veto Julian's win in a veto competition, and when we went to a random draw, guess what? Guess who won? Julian. So it's been used once, but it hasn't been used to have any effect on the game yet. We'll see what you do with it, CJ. So yeah, so congratulations, CJ. Now we are going to draw again. I don't know where I put CJ's. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, here we go. The second prank or no prank this week goes to... So Curtis had been picking the Emerald Veto all season long. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Ready? Should I go right in the middle? No, I'm going to go all the way to this end. Yeah. Brandon. Okay. Brandon has selected. Brandon also decided to play. This just got interesting because Brandon selected orange. And fun fact, orange was not picked by anybody at all the entire season. This is the first time that anybody said orange. Okay. I think this one kind of set. No, not really. Let's try that. That's disgusting. What happened? Oh. Woo. Yikes. Time is no friend of orange jello, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so... Brandon, you have selected... no prank! Wow, 2 for 2 this week. Brandon has won, if I can... Okay. Well, it kind of peeled off. You can kind of see it there. Brandon has won the Sapphire Power of Vetoes. So Vetoes are just running amok this week. We got the Topaz in play. We got the Emerald now. Brenda still has her Ruby, although she can't use it this week. And now, Brandon has won the Sapphire Power Vetoes. So first I will explain how it normally works. Brandon, anytime from now up to and including the week of the final 6, you can use the Sapphire Power of Veto to veto a veto. In other words, you can hijack somebody's veto, golden veto by reversing their decision with it. So, if the golden power veto, or Topaz is included in this, is used to save one of the 2 nominees, you can reverse that decision and say, actually, nope, the golden veto is not going to be used. If the golden veto is not used, you can hijack that and reverse it and say, actually, it is going to be used on whoever, on one of the two nominees. So, for instance, last season, Krista had this. Alvin won the veto a week she was nominated. I think it was the week Daddy was eliminated or evicted. And Alvin chose not to use the veto, and Krista used her Sapphire veto to reverse Alvin's decision and save herself. One important piece of information, and I forgot this last season, caused a bit of a hullabaloo, but not much. If a nominee wins the Golden Veto or the Topaz Veto, you cannot reverse that decision. So they would be safe in that case. Now, in the case of a double eviction, if a nominee wins the Topaz Veto, they can take themselves off. Fine. If the head of household or one of the two non-nominees wins the Topaz Veto, they have to use it. You can still veto that decision, and we will then go to a random draw of the other three nominees. So hypothetically, if A, B, C, and D nominated, Bob wins the veto. He chooses to save D. You can use the Sapphire Power veto to reverse that decision. D now has to stay on the block, and we have a random draw between A, B, and C as to who gets the Topaz veto, because somebody has to come off the block in a double eviction. Okay, that was actually not what I expected, that we got two no pranks, and now I have a feeling the remaining house guests are just going to be saying no, because now we have 4 Jello cups left, only one of which is a no prank, and the other 3 are a prank, one of which is the Pooh Brown veto, so I'm expecting house guests to say no. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, with that said, who will Curtis nominate for eviction? Find out tomorrow, and we will pick players for the Topaz Power Veto competition. Saturday, I'm joined by 2 special guest co-hosts, and we will learn the rules to the Topaz Power Veto competition. Sunday's the Topaz Power Veto results, Monday the Topaz Power Veto ceremony, Tuesday the final 3 nominees plead their case and we learn the rules to the next head of household competition, and Wednesday is the next live eviction, a double eviction where 2 house guests will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake House, fired from Dunder Mifflin, lose their shot at the $400 Cheesecake Factory gift card, and be the last 2 house guests to not make jury. I'm Andrew Chef Siglinvest. Take care and we leave you as we eavesdrop on the house guests. Good night.